buyers, it's 2023 and home prices are down. It would be an absolutely stellar time to buy if it wasn't for the fact that interest rates are up. Or are they? Today we will discuss the reasons you should buy now and two little known ways to keep your rate as low as possible. Number one, did you know that in the present market, some sellers will actually buy down your interest rate? Imagine that. Low home prices and a lower interest rate. Number two, for those of you who already own a home and carry a mortgage, consider recasting. I have with me my trusted local lender, Doug Jones of Answer Home Loans. Hi, Doug.
Hello, Sherri.
It's so nice to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Doug is here to tell us about both of these topics. And before we get started, Doug, tell us about what the interest rate is today and what the historical perspective is on interest rates.
Well, depending on the resources that you go to, you'll see various numbers for interest rates. My rate that I'm quoting today is 5.99% on a Fannie Mae 30-year fixed loan, and that is with no extra points or fees.
Fantastic. And if we look historically at what the interest rate is, would you say that's high or low?
Well, I'd say that's under the historic 30-year interest rate as far as back as we can look, like to 1971. Those rates were in the mid to higher 7% range on an average since 1971.
So from a historical perspective, the interest rates aren't all that high.
Not really, no.
Okay, great. Tell us a little bit about what I mentioned earlier, the seller buy down. How does that work?
Well, this is an incredible opportunity in this market, particularly since we're in somewhat of a buyer's market and properties are sitting on the market longer than they're used to, where going in and asking the seller to participate in a temporary buy down program, which allows you to buy the rate down 1% for the first year, or 2% for the first year, or 3% for the first year, depending on how much contribution you get from the seller. So we would look at the property itself, and you as a buyer's agent would go in and negotiate with the sellers where your clients would like to temporarily buy down the interest rate. So using the example that we just discussed, in the first year, let's say we started you off at 5.99%, your first year interest rate would be 2.99%.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And then the second year would be 3.99%. And the third year would be 4.99%. And then it reverts to the 30-year fixed mortgage at 5.99%. But we are of the opinion that rates will drop back down to pre-pandemic levels, which if you were to ask me, before the pandemic hit, we were quoting clients, paper clients on a 30-year fixed mortgage in the middle to high threes. So let's just say 3.5, 3.99%.
Great.
So this would allow you to buy that rate down below that 3.99% for the first year. If rates drop, you can refinance in this, and the money that the seller has put into escrow to accommodate this program will go to reduce your total principal on your loan that you're refinancing. So it's a great program for buyers getting in that are worried about interest rates right now, about the payment, and this allows you the opportunity as the buyer's agent to go in and negotiate a lower payment for your clients.
Absolutely. So all you need is a savvy agent and a knowledgeable lender who can help you achieve these things. Tell us about the second thing I mentioned, which is recasting.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Recasting. Well, as you know, Sherri, a lot of our clients that are moving from the Bay Area or from an area where they have a house to sell, but they want to buy before they sell, they can use the recasting program to lower that principal and interest payment. So using the example of buying a $500,000 home, they can basically buy that house with 5% down and then sell their existing property, and then after the fact go in and reduce the principal balance of the mortgage down to whatever it is. Let's just say going from $475,000 to $275,000 would reduce that mortgage payment by over $1,000 a month. And that's called as recasting. It's not a refinance. It's where you call the servicer of the loan, and it only works on conventional loans. For those folks out there that have FHA or VA or USDA, which we call government loans, they don't allow the recasting. But if you have a Fannie Mae or a Freddie Mac loan, you can call up your servicer. If you have one now and you love your rate and you want to lower that payment, take that lump sum of money, call the servicer and say, I want to pay this mortgage down by 200, 100, 200, 300,000. The minimum you can use is $10,000, and most lenders will allow you to recast an unlimited amount of time as long as you're meeting the $10,000 minimum.
Okay, fantastic. With those two things in mind, it is really a great time to buy. Feel free to give me a call. My information is down below. I'm Sherri Walker with Keller Williams, and this is
Doug Jones with Answer Home Loans, Granite Bay, California.
Thanks, and make it a great day.